Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's session called Using Web of Science and InCites, Developing Insights into Your Scholarly Productivity with Engineering Librarian Bhatt. We have several other really great sessions that are scheduled for the winter and the spring terms this year, and I encourage you to check them out on our events calendar and get all of the details there. I'll drop the link to the events calendar in the chat in a second. So before we get started, I just wanted to run through some pretty standard housekeeping items. First, we're recording this session, and I'll send you a link to the video later this week once I've put it onto our YouTube channel, and then you can watch it again at a later time if you'd like to. Ask that you stay muted during the session, and you can enter questions into chat, or we'll take them at the end. I think that's it for me. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Jay because I know he has a lot to say today. All right, Jay, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Stacy. And this is, today we are going to talk about using Web of Science and InCites and developing insights into your scholarly productivity. And this is a very important topic as you begin to explore your scholarly communications activities, scholarly research activities. You want to learn about productivity of different publications, your researchers, and so on. So we'll go in depth in the next slides, right? So we are going to introduce two powerful tools, Web of Science and InCites, and we are going to look at scholarly productivity, benchmark, output against peers in national or international context. I'm sure that you may have already used Web of Science, but you may not be familiar with there's some advanced features that Web of Science has that it works with insights to understand and research analytics. So briefly, Web of Science collection consists of several literature search databases designed to support scientific and scholarly research. It has citation indexes representing the citation connections between scholarly research articles found in journals, books, and proceedings. And you can simply click on the link to see the details about what Web of Science collections provides. How do I access Web of Science? This is the screenshot from our Drexel University Library's main homepage, in which you will see a link to databases A through Z, from where you can just simply alphabetically find Web of Science and click on it, or click on Insights. In addition, we have several library guides also available, where you can search in this by clicking on library guides and using different disciplines as well. So quickly going into Web of Science here, you can see discover multiple multidisciplinary content here. So you can see Web of Science, search, history, alerts, sign in, and register, and so on. And for Insights and Web of Science presentation, I strongly recommend you to register. I think you are required to register, especially when you're using to use Insights. In the next few slides, I'm also going to show how we're going to search in Web of Science and how we're going to export those records into Insights. And for that, you're going to need to have logged in using your account. So this is something new that they recently launched a new version of Web of Science just earlier this year in January. So there are a lot of changes there that you will see. So we are starting with Web of Science quick search, multidisciplinary content research. So covering all major disciplines. You can see Science Citation Index, Social Sciences Citation Index, Arts and Humanities, and so on. So any disciplines is a great way to search and explore your scholarly productivity. We are going to use two examples in searching in Web of Science. And one is, how do I find out how many times a specific research paper was cited, and what is a citation report? Graduate students are often working with their advisors and professors, and they often ask them to find out how many times a particular research paper was cited. They will also want to explore citation report, and we're going to explore those two things in Web of Science before we go to insights. So what is cited reference searching? A cited reference search starts with a known item and moves forward in time. Basically, it helps in finding who is using a specific work. For example, you have published a paper, or your professor has published a paper in a few years ago, and they want to know who is using that paper worldwide. And that is kind of uh, getting insights into how your research being used worldwide. And this is a great way to explore uh, your own contribution in a scholarly work and how that is being utilized all over the world. For example, we'll take this example of a research paper titled Tourism Travel Under Climate Change Mitigation Constraints. And climate change is a big area, and it has been, you can see that even in 2010, there was research about climate change and impact of it in tourism travel. And Paul Peters is the author. It was published in 2010. And this is, I'm showing this screenshot of a journal article because I want you to pay particular attention to the exact citation. Volume 18, number 3, year it was published, and page numbers. This is very important. Journal of Transport Geography is the name of the journal, and this is the title. And you will come to know why I'm saying this is absolutely critical. There are a lot of implications when you do in Web of Science searches. So I want to know how many times this paper was cited. So I went to Web of Science, and this time I clicked on cited references and use, because I know the exact title, I use cited title and just use that title, copy and paste. And this is something new that Web of Science recently started. You'll see latest new developments, some tips on how to search. They call it Resource Center. You will often see something like this at the bottom of the screen, 34 updates, for example, when I had this screenshot captured. So now I see that there are 6 citations that you show up. Same title you'll see, journal name, and you will see that how even there are some variations in the name of the title. This is the author, and notice the citing articles field. So you have 186 citations to this paper that was published in 2008. Notice how there are also variations, and that's why I showed you the exact citation before, volume 18, number 3, page numbers, and the but then you will see all different page numbers here. And the people who have cited this paper at the time did not pay attention to page numbers, did not pay attention to volume numbers, and this creates a lot of errors in Web of Science. And usually we try to notify Web of Science Clarivate so that they can make these corrections. So we'll just focus on this 186 citations. You can also, if you know this DOI, now you will be able to find citations using cited DOI. Under cited references, you can select cited DOI and copy and paste the DOI number, and that will be more accurate. But again, only you see only one on one. If you put the DOI number, you're only getting this record with 186 citations. And there are 186 citing articles to this particular paper. And I'm giving example of one of these papers here, which in turn has 104 references. So this is how progressively you look at a past paper and how it is currently used. Even in January 1, 2022, in the journal Environmental Research Letters, this paper was cited. This paper was published in 2010. After 12 years, also this paper was cited. It's some impact. Okay. So now we will going to explore what is citation report. How can it help in learning about scholarly productivity? Citation reports. There are some, you might want to read this in the slides, and when you watch the recording, these are some important things that the citation report provides: total citations, average citations per paper, you look at H index and more. You can find it for a specific author or institution and set of results. So I am going back to my Web of Science search, and this time I want to search for regenerative medicine, stem cells, and wound healing. And because I wanted to focus on interdisciplinary area, which has medicine, health sciences, engineering, biomedical science, biology, I thought of using a search which covers all those disciplines. So when I searching for that, when I did that search, I had 1,533 citations. On the left, you will see all the quick filters, and you can also see now open access articles here. So a lot of articles are in open access platforms that you can see: document types, articles, review articles, book chapters, and so on. Especially for the advanced graduate students, PhD students, even advanced undergraduate students, they need to understand different types of documents and publications. Now, what I am also doing it, I wanted to sort citations with the highest articles on the top, right? So I sort by highest citations. And when I do that, you will see that this article, Foreign Body Reaction to Biomaterials, published in Seminars in Immunology, had the highest number of citations from this set of results, 2,805, which also had 157 references. And notice that there's a citation report link on the top. And when you click on that, you will see the citation report data for this particular set of results. Notice that I have logged on even in Web of Science. And this is important because you want to export records from Web of Science into InCites for a customized set of results. I will come back to it later. And you can see there are 1,533 publications. There are 37, almost 37,000 articles are citing this set of papers. And how many times they were cited, we'll come back to it when we cover InCites. And the H index is 100, meaning that 100 of those papers were cited 100 times or more. And we'll come back to it later. Using citation report time cited, you can actually see the publications over a period of time, and you'll see how that publication grew over a period of time here. And then again, I'm sorting by time cited and average citations per year. So my paper, Foreign Body Reaction to Biometric Materials, is on the top. The total number of citations, 2,805, as we saw that on the screen. But when you click on back, you will also see previous year's citation, and it goes back to 1980. That is what currently we have subscription to. So you will see the latest 2022, 366 citations to this paper were in 2021. So they were growing. This paper was published in 2008. So you'll see how even the current years were citing those research. So it gives an indication that the research example that we use, the regenerative medicine, wound healing, biomaterials, is very active, because even in the research years, people are researching on that and are publishing papers. H index is a list of publications in descending order by the time cited counted. And in simple terms, what H index means is that there are H papers that have each been cited at least H times. And here is our example or search. So I went to the 100th paper, and that paper was cited 101 times. So the 100 papers were cited 100 or more times. And you can actually see all these research papers. And for PhD students, for advanced scholars, the researchers, this looking at all these papers is quite important. You can actually see what journals these papers are cited. Stem cell research, archives of dermatological research, stem cells translational medicine. And these are all very state-of-the-art papers that you see. So now we come back to insights. This is our important part. And insights works uh, with Web of Science so that you can be able to transfer citations from Web of Science into insights for research analytics. But why do we use insights? It is a research evaluation tool to help you develop your search strategy. You can assess your research performance at all levels, benchmark yourself to peers regionally, globally. You find collaborations, partnerships, funding landscapes, more opportunities. It's a great way. And today is the world which is focusing on interdisciplinary research, collaborations, global partnerships, global impact. So many institutions, organizations are looking into how their research contributes to the global impact all over the world. So Insights is a citation-based evaluation tool for academic and government administrators to analyze institutional productivity and benchmark output against peers and aspirational peers, national, international. So this is in simple terms, but I strongly encourage you to go into details of Insights, and I'll send you I will share with you the links where you can find more details. So if you look at research organizations, it helps you identify and manage research activities, their impact, helps you compare performance. It helps you promote internal and external partnerships. You can identify experts both inside and outside your organization, and you can also promote areas of strength and specialization. Important implications of funding and policy organizations as well. You will be able to understand what are the emerging subject areas which are prone to get more funding. A lot of research and experts are working, and you will be able to explore them for further collaborations. You will be able to manage funding activity. You will be able to see the results and impact of funding policy and so on, and identify new trends and key indicators to enable policy development. Very, very important, because it shows you how new research trends are happening in the world, so that your university administrators, research administrators, office of research think about where to focus your university's strength and development. And it also helps in the visibility of success. Now we are going to explore 3 questions. The number of questions you can explore, but we're just focusing on 3 today. And I strongly encourage you to go and explore insights, play. Hands-on experience is the best way to learn. We'll start with how do I import citations from Web of Science into Insights. We will create a customized data set. We use this data set and try to pick one research area and find the article with the highest number of citations in that set of results. We can also find which organizations have funded specific research area at Drexel that has published articles with the highest number of citations. We'll also explore all of this in the future, incoming. So this is how Insights looks like here. Now you can see here that I'm again logged on to my account. It's very important because otherwise you will not have that connection between Web of Science and Insights. So analyze, report, and organize. Your my organization. These are different ways you can explore insights in different. You can analyze. You can develop general report, organization. You will see on the top general citation reports, essential science indicators are all on the same platform. We are focusing on insights today and start with dataset, a custom dataset. And this is the link I want you to explore. here. So a great site to understand what insight means. There are a lot of video tutorials are also available. So we'll use the custom data set here. And again, we are focusing on the same search, regenerative medicine, stem cells, and wound healing. Uh, but now we want to export. So now you can see here is the export option. And within that export, you will see insights. So when I click on insights, uh, I will transfer 1538 results. Now notice that this time I have 1538 instead of 1533. What was happening is the last week, a few days, that export function was not working. So I had to wait for 5-6 days. And then I found out from Clarivate that they do have a working solution. So that works. But then when I did the search again, at that time, there were 5 articles for already in that set. So now we are going to be working with 1538 instead of 1533. And when you click on export to insights, you will see if you have not logged on, you will be asked to log on, sign in. You can give a name to the folder. So I'm giving a stem cells. You can show up to 31 Web of Science data set in Insight. So this is one of the data set. And then you click on export and you will see save to insights and your request is being processed. It will send, you will get an email when your data set is ready. So now how do you access the data set? That is what we are going to work. Now, this is what was happening. I'll get this message, but nothing would happen and no data set would get exported into Web of Science, into Insights. If that happens to you, please email me and we'll try to help and figure out what to do, because there's some workaround solution that need to do. So this is how the notification will come. You will see that 20 out of this many records were not included in my data set. Why? Because records may not be available if they were published before 1980 and were recently added to the Web of Science core collection. So Web of Science core collections is more current, more up to date. Insights does take time before that is available there. So this, you may find this. So again, another way to access Insights is either from the Drexel Libraries homepage for current Drexel faculty and students, or you can simply go to Products on the top right corner and click on Insights Benchmarking Tools. And this screenshot gives us brief ideas about what Insights does. And we are going to focus on analyze and later to report and organize also a little bit. Analyze people, organization, regions, research areas, journals, books, conference proceedings, and funding, everything through this analyze option. Access to the ready-to-use starter analysis right from here. Manage your dashboard and organize. You can create new reports, system reports in the report, and help and guidance is now available throughout. The resource center is available on every page. So this is what I meant about resource center. And when I go back to Insights, I click on Organize, and you will see the folders. And when you click on folders, you will see that my stem cells data set that I created on 31st January is now available. So I have to wait just a couple of days because this link was not working from Web of Science into Insights. Once I got the work around, then I was able to do that. So then this stem cells is a set of records that I exported from Web of Science. Now we are going to use this as a customized set. So this data set can now be decomposed into people, organizations, regions, research areas. So if we are going to focus on research areas and researchers, people as researchers, to see trends in this. So we are using research and researcher areas, just two examples, and we'll use filters to identify top performing researchers, organizations, create peer sets to benchmark and evaluate data based on selected performance indicators. We learn about what those performance indicators are. Time cited, for example, is a performance indicator. Top 1% document, for example, is a performance indicator. So I went to insights here under analyze, and under analyze, I'm using researchers and using the time period 1980 to 2021. There's so many minute details that you need to say. If I had created a web version, it will be two small things you might say, but I make the screenshot bigger so that you have some, you can see it clearly. Um, uh, all years 1980 to 81 to 2021, affiliated these are all filters, collaboration with people, and you can explore that. You can also do visual charts. We'll come back to it later. And on the right, you will see add indicator. So if you want to add more indicators, you will have to select. We'll come back to it later. I'm sorting the researchers by time cited. So the top cited researchers are on the top, and 100% of their documents are cited, and so on. But notice it's only one document they had, and that document was cited 2006 90 times. But this author had 38 documents and they were cited 2003-09. So that is why the categorized normalization citation impact for this author is more than the other. But anyway, this is more advanced insights. We are going to cover mainly basics today. Now I'm focusing on research areas within the same customized dataset, stem cells, and you can also explore a lot of different things. Which collaborations collaborating, what researchers are collaborating, all of this you can find by exploring. Again, I'm sorting by time cited. You can see that cell biology area has the highest number of citations, and you can see how interdisciplinary this area is. Cell biology, cell and tissue engineering. So it is biomedical engineering, then you have medicine, material science, biomaterials from the biomedical engineering and materials engineering perspective, biotechnology, applied microbiology. So this shows the interdisciplinary aspect of the research covering all major disciplines. Now, I want to go back to this Insights help page. So when you click on this, you will see a nice way to explore what is new and latest development. Get started, lot of training videos available, and indicators handbook is very important because it will explain to you all different indicators are and how you can use those indicators in your data sets in your research analytics. So Insights provides more than 40 advanced quantitative performance indicators, and some examples are Web of Science documents, time cited, percentage documents in top 1%, percentage documents in top 10%, highly cited papers, hot papers, and so on. So all these details are given in the glossary, indicators glossary here. And how did I find it? I just type performance indicators in the search box in the help. And when you click on indicators glossary, it will give you all the definitions, everything about what to understand what the normalized indicator mean, what are the impact indicators, what are the science essential science indicators, top 1% citations are the hot papers, top 1% citations are the essential science indicators, top papers in that area. Indicators glossary. So these are basic definition: percentage document top 1%, time cited you probably know, and so on. total number of Web of Science documents are all performance indicators. But there's many other performance indicators are available, as I mentioned, and you will need to add those indicators as you move forward. So what is citation impact? Is another citation impact, which is which you can get it by dividing the total number of citations by total number of publications. So here is one example between two researchers, which first researcher has one publication with 50 citations. So the citation impact 50 divided by 1 is 50. So quite high because it has only one paper. So it has more citation impact compared to this author who had 200 citations in 10 publications. So citation impact was 20 for that. So now we will explore using InCites datasets now. From customized dataset, we are now moving to InCites dataset. And that is a big database. It's now not customized based upon what we did, but the entire dataset available in InCites. So when you go to analyze, you can be able to explore by researchers, organizations, research areas, publication sources, and funding agencies. And this is very important by exploring, analyzing funding agencies, which agencies are funding what, and top citations in the field. So I'm using analyze researchers, and I'm just now using last 5 years. So you can select last 5 complete years, 2017, 2021. Many of the data departments that I work with here in the College of Engineering, for example, they asked me to do last 5 years. So usually we provide training and they do exploration on their own. So filters, indicators, and baselines. Now you will see that dataset is InCites dataset. My customized dataset stem cells would appear if I click on this down arrow, but I moved from customized dataset into InCites datasets. And you can see so many researchers here you can find for the complete dataset. And again, these are only 5 years here. And Web of Science documents. Now I'm using analyze research areas. Now I'm using 1980 to 21. I'm using the whole data set now, not 5 years, but I wanted to explore different research areas. So there are 255 research areas within this time period, and time cited, you will see that biochemistry and molecular biology area has the highest number of articles cited, and percentage, 78% of those documents were cited. And second was material science, if you look from 1980 to 2021. Chemistry, neuroscience, cells biology. Again, you'll see how you can explore different subject areas. Important thing is to select indicators. I want to add indicators to do my own analysis. So how do I do that? I select add indicator field here. Within research areas. Then what happens is I select, I wanted to add documents in top 10%. So I selected that. I can select citation impact. If you go down, you will need to, you will see that. If I wanted to add percentage hot papers, I could select that and click on apply. If I want percentage of highly cited papers, I select that and apply. So I can be able to add all the different performance indicators that I want. So you will see that I added top 10%. So that column that shows up here, I added citation impact that now shows up here, and all the research areas I'm looking within the research areas field. Period 1980 2021, sorted by high time cited, and you can see also the citation impact and percentage document in top 10% here. I can also visually display, and so now I wanted visually see how these different research areas are displayed, and I wanted to show 8 of those areas. So I can show top, you can plus, and you can add different search areas. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, biochemistry, molecular biology, and then material science area. And again, you will see highly cited papers here. I wanted to see the article level metrics for the biochemistry area. So then I can click on this Web of Science document, and I'm displaying 2 of those documents here at the article level metrics. And this is the highest sorting by the time cited. So this particular article was cited 104,000 times so far. Well, and it was published in 2001. And the article, and this was published in Methods, analytical biochemistry article published in 1987 is cited 66,000 times. So this is how researchers can explore. If I want to know my research area, biochemistry, molecular biology, what are the publication sources? What journals are available in this biochemistry area? I wanted to explore. I want to know where I can publish, for example. So I can click on that, and then it tells me these are the journals. So I can see Journal of Biological Chemistry. I can think about Cell. I can think about Nature, nucleic acid research. You can see Nature has so many articles are cited, and so many Web of Science documents in Nature, Science, Biochemistry. So these are some of the journals, but these are 6,354 publications with this many documents in those. So if I want to explore more titles, I can scroll down. And it's very important for graduate students, advanced graduate students, PhD students, even scholars and researchers to know, think about where they want to publish. Now, I want to learn about astronomy and astrophysics area, for example, and I want to analyze by funding agencies and articles from funding agencies sorted by time cited. So looking at astronomy and astrophysics area, I want to know which funding agencies are active in funding in this particular research area. But I want to focus at Drexel University, in my university. So how do I find that, right? So again, I want last 5 years, and I selected actually organization name is here. So you can select organization name, which is Drexel. I select that, I can update it. And then going back to my filters and the research areas, now I select astronomy and astrophysics and update results. So I want astronomy, astrophysics research area. I can select any research area that I want to explore within Web of Science schema. And I select my university, or anybody can select any university they want to explore. And then I explore here. So then I see funding agencies. You will see that National Science Foundation has 88 Web of Science documents with this many times articles were cited. So I'm sorting by time cited. So so this is very important because using this funding option, I can be able to see what are the funding agencies have funded research area in my university, for example. And you can actually see how many of those articles funded by funding agency were cited and in the top percentage document. So on. So you can see National Science Foundation, General Research Foundation, US Department of Energy, European Commission, all of these funding agencies have funded research in astronomy, astrophysics area published at Drexel. Now, other type of information that insights can help, where Drexel researchers are publishing, what journals are they citing, what journals are citing us, who is Drexel collaborating with most frequently, and are those relationships ships producing quality research? These are very interesting questions to explore. Again, there are hundreds of questions you can explore, but these are just sample questions that we are looking at. Now we will look at insights researcher report. As you have seen before, there is a reports box I had seen you and shown you, and within that you will be able to use that report for data analytics for individual researcher, a faculty member. And you can use ORCID, and that's why I strongly encourage everyone to have ORCID ID. All the researchers, all the scholars, all the PhD students, even start creating an ORCID ID, so that great way to find unique um, researchers and their productivity. So how do I do it? Again, I will go to this report option within Insights, and I search by person name. Because I know the ORCID ID number, I just type that ID number here and then searching for that person here. So this is updated slide. 175 H index for that person with 1,458 published documents. H index 175, just think about it. 175 papers of this author was cited 175 times and more, and 154 973 times cited, and so on. And then I wanted to explore the WOS categories. So you can see that material science and multi-disciplinary area has the highest number of documents published within that category. So this professor researcher has, you can see material science, materials engineering, physical chemistry, nanoscience, nanotechnology, applied physics, all of this area are covered under his publications. So you can see the scope of research in all disciplines. Even though he is an engineering professor, his publications are in all various disciplines covered. This is bigger, so you can see it. Material science has 728 Web of Science documents. Chemistry has 373. Physical chemistry, nanoscience has 275, and so on. And I can sort down here. You can see sorting by the Web of Science documents this time. You will see 720. No, actually, I'm sorting by time cited. But you can see here 728 Web of Science documents in material science, and so on. And these are different indicators that you can explore. So Web of Science collaborations, you can see ID, how do you collaborate with all these different things you can do here. Most cited Web of Science document, material science, multidisciplinary, materials for electrochemical capacitors, Yuri Gogotsi and Priti Simon published in Nature Materials, and that paper was published in 2008, cited 11,000 times. And there amazing number of citations for this paper. I can also see the collaboration network, Web of Science documents using organization report. You can go to organization report this time, and collaboration you can see, and you can see the top collaboration organizations. So Drexel collaborating with University of Pennsylvania, Harvard, Jefferson, so on. And you can see that Drexel's collaboration with University of Pennsylvania is the highest in academic organizations. But you can see that Drexel also has collaborated with University of Washington, Columbia, Yale, Children's Hospital, Philadelphia, Johns Hopkins, Temple, and so on. And you can also sort by the top collaborators. organizations of so Drexel's collaboration with UPenn, University of California systems, and so on. All of this you can be able to explore using the collaboration analysis here. And this was my last slide, but I have compiled all my tutorials, videos right here. These are up-to-date Web of Science library guides. What is new in the Web of Science is absolutely new. All the insights, benchmark tutorials, and our university library's library guide on funding, research, writing, publishing, scholarly impact measures, and all library guides, you can find it here. And